Oh, your phone? What is it? Parker, what is it?
From you, I remember.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on the jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many milkers. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, it's a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not this stereotypes. They do not know me, I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard, the hawk with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings to the team, I'm Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it.
I remember when you posted
this. Not worried about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me.
I remember when you
for me, we eat together, leave the bill for me like.
Parker, remember when you were posted that? I remember when you posted that.
I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. And I'm a heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a
I'm
God.
totally
Never stalking, that's a must.
rough.
Always winning, never lost. GPS, another loss. GPS, another loss. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. VVS, company. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they.
Bro.
Taking notice, taking notice.
Oh, let's go.
Determination, laser focus. Banging on they. Know they taking notice.
Not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing
Hello?
black.
Hello?
Hey, 20 of us, that's 20
Hello?
pounds in the ice cream whip.
Hello?
I got 3 strikes, they got
Oh, it's so late.
when it's all on the
That's
line,
why.
what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming
I
for
bet
the
it's
check.
here.
We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my
Like, go up, remember when our streaming go up?
dogs, they by my
Look at what it started as that.
ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
What the heck? What are you guys doing?
One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it?
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the surprise number 6 overall pick of this year's draft, Daniel Jones of the New York Giants, as they square off against the number 1 overall pick, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals. kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion, as I'll hand it over to the two men who will call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy between the New York Giants taking on another team from the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here we go. What a wild ride it's been over the last 16 months or so for Kyler Murray. A top 10 pick in the baseball draft, then the Heisman Trophy, the #1 overall selection in the 2019 football draft, and now here he is, both trying to give the Cardinals their first ever Super Bowl victory and trying to become the first rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl at the same time. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. It's a foot race. The 20. Acott, touchdown, Cardinals. With a first touchdown of the Super Bowl and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants under second-year coach Pat Shurmur. They'll be led out by the rookie, the 6th overall pick back in April out of Duke, and that's Daniel Jones.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
And we take a look now at the New York offense.
And we focus on maybe the ultimate home run hitter in the NFL today, and that's running back Saquon Barkley, because teams come into every game with the idea that they want to limit his production and especially his big playability. But how many times did we watch him in his rookie year where he would be limited throughout the game, then all of a sudden there he goes out the back door, 50, 60, 70 yards. He's a lot of fun to watch unless you're trying to defend him.
The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, the dangerous Pharaoh Cooper. This is taken at the 15. Able to fight through one tackle. And he breaks through another. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. Mark that down as an 85-yard punt return. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, here's Barkley. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Throwing, Jones. It's caught, Shepard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook.
No, go back for
So
it.
effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Listen, it hits a B drop. It hits a B drop.
He completes it to Tate. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they
So
completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Wait, me too.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 27. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward only for about a couple there. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's 4
But first
for
it
4.
goes like, he's starting.
Throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He was taken down by Cassius Marsh.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Breaks a tackle. Fighting through. His first catch of the game. Good for 11 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball will get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other
Down
way.
the 1-yard line.
And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
What just happened? What just happened? Oh my gosh, my stream's still going.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cassius Marsh coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Oh my God.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards.
So
and the
hot.
Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Drake will start the drive on the ground. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Powering his way forward. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 47 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And he hits Drake. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Steps away to his left, and he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield and try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And Tate's got it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now Jones, from the gun, he'll throw. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And his throw here is incomplete. That was DeAndre Baker that time who was able to break that one up. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's another of the Cardinal backs. This is David Johnson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Murray. Buying time to his left. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Fights free yet again. He's got deadly. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
He's been having having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back.
So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The halftime show, quite a spectacle, but it's back to football for the second half of Super Bowl 53. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On 2nd and 9, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a giant first down. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson, evades the tackler, and now some space. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Go now. 10-2 start. Go get it. Go.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Taken in at the 22. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. Demir Bird, 62 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happened. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we put Baltimore number 1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 30 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Drake. Fights, and he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Kenyon Drake with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to...
Get out of it! What are you doing? Get out of it! Just get out of it! Just get out.
Kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out.
What do you want Oreos?
To the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Jones now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Barkley on 1st down, running into a wall as he stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Corey Peters there to bring him down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this will be taken at the 13. And he's loose again. 20, 10. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A very short field to work. And he is in for 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Taking it in from 4 yards out. As these guys continue to pull it on. So another score. Talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jones now operating from the gun. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he's got his man. This is Tate. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Dancing to his left. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown.
Imagine a
This thing is
default
ugly.
for pickups.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run.
Saquon Barkley should get traded to a better team. He does not deserve to be on the Giants.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And once again...
It's gonna be a sixth grader. I kind of think I heard something too. Maybe the neighbors. Maybe those other dogs. I don't know why I woke up to those dogs at like 4 or 5 in the morning. What dogs? Those dogs out there. These dogs right here? Yes. Oh, Sayer and... Keep them inside. Should we let them out in the morning? 6th grade. Let's think. What homeroom? I'm just thinking.
I want to do one. It's a boy in 6th grade. Fun?
Not much running room, if any at all. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Operating from the gun, Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Alright, it's 5th grade. Okay, the homeroom.
Stop, guys. Guys, I'm not the idea.
Stop, guys. Look at 6th grade. 6th grade? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember who you had.
Terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Quick strike here, Murray to Fitzgerald. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? He was able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. A handoff out of the pistol, it's Drake. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it.
Who would you rather? Would you rather have sleep with Desiree in 5th grade? Or Desiree. Okay. Nicole. I like Des. Yes. Too Nicole. Give it to me now. Hey, this is enough for some straight. Okay?
Or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now whistles and a timeout call here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. They'll run it again with Barkley. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines.